Hello, in this video, we will see together how to print and assemble your Ikatee sewing patterns. Let's go. Once the order is placed, you will find all the documents of your pattern via the download link. This link is also sent to you by email. From this list, we will download all the documents from a computer, not from a smartphone. It's important to download them all and to store them in order not to lose them, because they won't appear in my customer account. I may only need one size today, but I may need another one another day, so I'll have all the necessary files ready. So I click on the button Download for each document, but not too fast. You have to give the browser time to launch the operation. If the download doesn't start, try to download the files with another browser. I can find my files in the tab Downloads of my internet browser. On my computer, I'm going to create a folder to store my patterns documents for the long term. I copy all the files to it. I check that I have all the sizes, all the formats, all the booklets, and the possible bonuses. Now that we have everything, let's look for what we need today. There is a file for each size in A4 format. Perfect, so you can print only the size you need. A file with all sizes in A4 and in A0. But which format to select? The A0 format is particularly useful if you have your pattern printed by a printer who will make you a one-piece print. At home, we generally prefer the A4 format. That's the option I chose. Before launching the printing, we are going to pay particular attention to some parameters. We want a portrait mode, A4 format, or US letter format with a 100% scale, at real size, so that the pattern is printed as it was designed, without deformation. Sometimes, the printers can print at 90% or adjust the printing area. This represents a few millimeters of difference, but that will completely change the cut of the pattern. So you have to check this parameter each time you start printing. I insist. This is not because the first printout was set on 100% that the following ones will be set to, so we check each time. A little tip. If you are using a PDF reader like Acrobat Reader, which is a free software, you can use the option Display instead of Size, with mosaic size at 100%. Then, your frame will be well centered on the page. I print the first page first, and I'll check my print test square. If my square is indeed 3 centimeters or 1 inch on a side, then I can go to the next step. If it turns out to be more or less than 3 centimeters or 1 inch, it's probably because I didn't print it to scale. We have to start again. If everything is good, I can start printing the other pages. But I have to check again that the parameters are set to a scale of 100%. This time, let's go. We get our printed pages. We notice that a frame surrounds the lines of the pattern. What we want to do is to place them edge to edge and connect them. To get rid of the margins of the sheet, I advise you to cut along the frame, because this is the option that will create the least amount of paper thickness. But if you want to save time instead, here are some tips. You can simply fold the edges on the lines, like I do here. Or you can cut 2 lines out of 4, always the same ones. Here, for example, I will cut on the right and at the bottom, which is enough to connect the frames. There is no need to connect the pages in which a piece is present in its entirety, as is the case here. To cut, you can use a paper cutter, the rotary cutter, or a good old pair of paper scissors. When we position our sheets edge to edge, we take care to match the marks that you see here to recompose a small square. To find your way around easily, follow the assembly plan of the pattern in the booklet. We go in ascending order, whether it is letters or numbers. Here, I see that I will assemble these sheets on a line, then go back to the line below. I assemble the whole thing with tape. Once we have recomposed it all, we can cut our pieces along the cutting lines. The seam allowances are always included. These pieces will then be placed on the fabric according to the cutting plan, which you will find in the booklet. If you found this video useful, don't hesitate to like it and subscribe to our channel. We regularly publish new tutorials. Have a nice sewing and see you soon at Ikatee. See you on Instagram with #Ikatee.